probably several miles down the road, and then they'll recycle. They can drop, that same parent storm can drop a tornado several feet down the road, several miles down the road. So again, this one tornado warning is the one that we've got our eyes on. I mean, that is your standard shape. When you have the debris ball is what this is. That's the debris. The actual tornado is going to be on the back side of this. Let's get down to the street level. And this is again for Mississippi, but it's that same cell that's going to be moving to the north and east. Let's put on the velocity product if we can. So this is reflectivity. We'll zoom out just slightly, show you where the radar beam is moving, or the rain at least, is moving towards the radar and away from the radar. Let's go to, is this the Columbus radar, Tonia? Yes. Okay, cool. So again, so the Columbus radar is to the south, and so you have the green here, that's the rain moving towards the radar, and then you've got the red that's moving away from the radar. And for right now, it may be, you know, several miles away from the actual radar beam. As it goes up, you're scanning higher in the atmosphere, so the actual center of circulation isn't as tight, it's not as broad, but you can see that bright green there. If we can, do you have storm relative velocity, Tonia? And we'll see how this is moving to the north and east. Yeah, there you go. So storm relative velocity is important because it takes into account the direction of the storm. And again, this is in Itawamba County in northeast Mississippi. This would be the Tupelo and Columbus television market. We have friends all over the country in the Weather Enterprise, and I know that our friends Matt Lobhan and of course Isaac Williams working very hard right now in those two communities, one in Tupelo, one in Columbus, covering this storm as it moves out of their viewing area and into ours. So this is the rotation detector. This is a very interesting product that we have here at WBRC, and it is done through Barron, who are based out of Huntsville. And these guys, they know their stuff. It's a group of meteorologists who put these computer products together, and it is indicating that yes, there is rotation in this. This is a tornado warning. That's a given, and that is moving to the north and east. Let's take it back just a little bit and kind of give you the big picture from Itawamba County over to Marion County. So this is actually going to be tracking to the north and to the east. If we can, zoom in, and we'll give you some communities along that state line from Marion and Itawamba County and show you who needs to be in their safe place. If you're inside this polygon, you need to be in your safe place. Let's go ahead and show this polygon over in Marion County, kind of get to that street level if we can. So that's Franklin County, and then this is Marion County. So cities across the state here in Alabama need to be weather alert. And this is important as we head into the next 24 hours. We are going to continue to see definitely some changes here along the way. And as you head out the door, it's one of those where you need to keep in mind that things will be ever changing all day long. So let's keep your thoughts need to be with the weather today, okay? So this whole system is moving to the north and to the east, and as it does so, you're gonna need to be in your safe place. Bounds Crossroads, anywhere from Scottsville, Bexar, that's actually in Marion County. If you live in Hamilton, so let's zoom out just a little bit and kind of give people a better idea of where Hamilton is. It sits, let's see, right about there, right along Highway 22, coming up along 43, Highway 278, well up here, well to the north, coming up. So if you are in Coleman County, if you are in Winston County, you know, do not need to be in your safe place just yet. Marion County, it's that northwest corner of the state, if you can. All right, Tonia, let's talk. What's going on? What's
your cities?
Yes, the cities, they are popping up. Let's go ahead. If you want to take links 2 and you run them from there, let's do that. Can y'all hear me in the back? And so let's go back over to links 2 and see if we can run from there. There we go. Scottsville, you've got to be in your safe place now. Bexar, you're in the warning. You're right on that line, right along 22. So move this up just to the north if we can and zoom out slightly and kind of show those 2 polygons if we can and show you coming in from Itawamba County, moving to the north and to the east, places like Scottsville, places like Oakland over in Mississippi. This is again Franklin County. That's one tornado warning polygon. The second one is in Marion County. This will expire at 3:45. We've got about 45-50 minutes left. In addition to that, probably within the last 15 minutes, we had a tornado watch issued. So while this system is cycling across the state line, Tonia, let's show everybody where that tornado watch is. It includes now Sumter, Greene, Tuscaloosa, Pickens, Lamar, Fayette, Walker, Marion, Winston, and Coleman counties. Now keep in mind, this includes cities like Hamilton, Double Springs, Smith Lake, Vinemont, Dora, Oakman, Parrish, Berry, Fayette, Millport, down to Silligent, Aliceville, Gordo, anywhere from Tuscaloosa, Vance, Northport, Utah, Bolagie, York, the University of West Alabama, the University of Alabama. Underneath this tornado watch until 10 a.m. today, it would not shock me if we have this secondary round come in later today that everyone in Alabama will be underneath a tornado watch. So this is that good big picture. So we've got the one tornado warning, pretty stiff inflow coming in along 22. If it holds together, which we think it will, it'll move to the northeast. It's going about 35, 40 miles an hour, and it's moving quickly. So let's pick out some of these places, okay? So in Vina, that's in Franklin County. In Scottsville, you've probably got about, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes. But now, you need to be in your safe place. That tornado warning has gone off. You need to find your helmet, put your tennis shoes on, and get to the lowest level, most interior room of your home. And if you can hear my voice, I need you to turn the TV all the way up, the volume all the way up. And that way you can hear me. Maybe you're in your basement, maybe you're in the hall closet, maybe you're in the bathroom, away from windows, lowest level. If you live in an apartment complex, you need to knock on your neighbor's doors downstairs. You need to get down to the lowest level, wake them up. Be that hero, help them out. Also, if you live in a manufactured home and you're listening to me right now, if you are in Marion County, you still have time to get to a site-built home. That's important. If the tornado warning is on top of you, you've got about 10 minutes. You've got about 5 minutes to get to where you are. But at this point, you've got about a good 15-minute leeway before this crosses over the state line, leaving Itawamba County, moving into Marion County. We're going to be here all day long. This is one of those days where it's going to really etch in your memory, okay? It's all the ingredients have set up to be potentially a day where we do get violent, long track tornadoes. And again, we're here to not scare you. We are only here to inform you, and that's our goal. Listen, we have all lived in the South a long time, or if you're new to our state, we welcome you in. We open our arms to you. And I tell you this because I've lived through it. I was at the University of Alabama in 2011. I've worked here in 2014 to 2020. This state is so special. The people are so special, and your life matters. And that's why we're here doing our job every single day, because every life is precious. And those of you in Marion County, if you can hear my voice, I please ask you to get into your safe place. Places like Scottsville, if you live in Bexar, if you live in Byrd, if you live in Barnesville, this tornado warning polygon again is moving to the north and to the east. And yes, that actual tornado is outside of Clay right now. If we can, Tonia, let's go ahead and kind of take all this nonsense off, give them a little bit of a big picture, put the polygons back on, and we can zoom out just slightly and show you exactly who's in this, okay? So again, Byrd, you've got a heavy shower right now, lots of lightning in this, cloud to ground lightning, but you're not in the actual tornado warning polygon. It's actually going to move just a little bit to the north of you. So as it crossed over 22 now, it's got this northeasterly component. You're probably dealing with some very heavy rain in Scottsville, up into Franklin County, also underneath the same tornado warning. They've basically what the National Weather Service in Birmingham and in Huntsville, they've communicated this morning. Guys, there are hundreds of meteorologists in the state who have your best interests in heart, and they are letting you know, giving you ample lead time to get to that safe place. They have communicated this morning between the National Weather Service in Huntsville and the National Weather Service in Birmingham, and they believe that, again, it's going to really clip the county lines. So let's go ahead and take you in to that northwest corner. I want to see if we can put a skit on here and show you kind of that just one direction. So it's going to be crossing over from Clay to Oakland, going to be going just outside of Scottsville. If you live on that north side of Scottsville, you need to be in your safe place right now. Cannot stress that enough. It is a storm that has had the, it's been cycling. It's had the cycle that keeps happening every single hour. It's been formed over in probably North Mississippi, and as it has moved east, it has just cycled over and over again. It'll weaken and then it'll reform, weaken, reform, and that happens a lot here in our state. This isn't something new, but it definitely is one of those where you may let your guard down for a hot second and then it's over with, right? So again, at this time, the actual inflow is right there. Let's go ahead and put the velocity product on, the storm relative velocity or velocity, whichever one you want to see. Let's go, is that storm relative? So let's go back to the velocity product and see. So right here is where near Tremont would be that actual center of circulation. You get a little bit of that inflow. You can see the green here and the reds, not necessarily a very bright couplet, but as we go through the morning, it'll cycle. Let's go ahead and show them what we're talking about when we talk about the cycling and go back to the correlation coefficient. And you can see, if we can put a loop on this over the last hour, you will watch. Look, let's zoom out. Watch how this plays out. So this is debris, okay? And watch as this system cycles up. You can see that it probably had a tornado right here near Smithville. That's in Itawamba, Mississippi, moving to the north and to the east as it crosses 22. Look, there's that. Look, go back. Watch that. That right there would be debris. That's where that center of circulation was. That is where the debris ball happened. And remember, we saw that really tight kidney bean shape. That's exactly how that played out. It's crossed over right around 22. And then right now it looks a little bit broad. So we cannot let our guards down. Let's go back to the radar or the velocity product and the latest scan. So 3:01, the tornado warning again for Itawamba County, expected to move into Marion County. The National Weather Service out of Birmingham has issued this tornado warning in the utmost precaution as the system cycles. It's had this history of recycling all morning long where it'll drop the tornado, lift it back up, move east, drop it back down. So again, we're moving to the north and to the east. Do you have any reports, Tonia? Is anybody chiming in on
very
that?
little rotation, signs of rotation at this time, so that's a good thing.
Good thing.
But like you were saying, it's recycling, so got to watch it closely.
Okay.
Main concern right now, wind gusts, small hail.
Okay.
From this storm.
How big are the wind gusts? Probably 45, 55 miles an hour, probably, if I had to guess. If we can turn on those skits and we can tell you right here, right now. Look at that. About 66 miles an hour, moving to the northeast. Hail size almost 2 inches in diameter. That's a little bit bigger than a golf ball. That'll do some damage to your roof. Maybe knock out some windows. You
can see winds.
Do some damage in your car.
Yes.
And again, yeah, the wind again picking up about 50. So in order to get a severe thunderstorm warning, 1, you need 58-mile-per-hour winds or greater, and 2, 1-inch hail or greater. This cell has the rotation. Again, this is where we're looking at that rotation. Coming in off of Oakland, this is in Itawamba County, moving to the northeast. Going to be clipping Marion County here, probably within the next, I'd say, 15 minutes. So the National Weather Service issued this warning at 2:45. It's already been about 15 to 20 minutes. With that being said, that lead time for Marion County is incredible. I hope that the First Alert Weather app woke you up. I hope that the NOAA Weather Radio woke you up and you are moving to your safe place. Let me remind you, lowest level, most interior room of your home, away from windows. That is extremely important. You want to be as far away from the outside walls and the outside windows as necessary. This is going to be a long day. This is going to be a long day for everyone in the weather enterprise, and it's going to be a long day for you. You have to stay weather alert all day long. And again, our job is to protect you. Our job is to inform you. Every life in our state is precious, and you matter. That is why we're here. So again, Itawamba County, tornado not yet in Marion County, but it's given you plenty of lead time to get in your safe place. Bexar, if you live in Scottsville, this is I-22 coming out of Mississippi. If you were to take 22 all the way down through Walker and then into Jefferson County, but that is not the concern this morning. The concern right now is from Scottsville over to Bexar. And I would say Scottsville, North Scottsville, you're going to get hit with this pretty hard here in a little bit. It's going to be a wall of water. It's going to be rain wrapped. It's going to have a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning. The wind may sound like a freight train. You need to get in your safe zone. I cannot stress this enough. If you are in the northwest corner of Marion Marion County, you need to be in your safe place. Let's zoom in. Let's see if we can get some of these streets out here and some neighborhoods if we can, and help people this morning. Not in Mississippi, but over in our state. So that way we can kind of walk people through this. So this is Lucas Road. If you live along the state line, city just north of Scottsville, this is County Highway 56. We've got David Williams Road. If you can hear my voice and you live on any of these streets, I need you to be in your safe place right now. Right now. It's imperative at this point. Lucas Road, again, the Mississippi-Alabama state line sits right here. You've got Lucas Road that comes in from Mississippi and moves over into northwest Marion County. Then back over towards to the east just slightly. Let's go down just a little bit. Let's go down just a little bit and show people again. Zoom out like slightly. Cotton Gin Road is going to coming in off of Mississippi and then move over into Marion County. Right now, this is where that circulation would be. At this point, it looks fairly broad, but the National Weather Service deems necessary, which I always agree with our friends there. They are incredible meteorologists, an entire staff who are so seasoned and have your best interest in heart, just like we do. And I'm telling you, they wouldn't continue this if they didn't feel necessary. We're not here just to hear ourselves chit chat. We're here to help you and protect your life. Again, every life is precious in this state. So from Itawamba County back over into Marion County, that is where this tornado warning is located. It's going to be anywhere from Bexar up to Scottsville. Now, let me keep in mind, anywhere along the Alabama state line in Marion County needs to be in your safe place. Unless you're in that southwest corner, no need there. But you're going to see all morning long as these storms move in from the north or move to the north and to the east from the southwest, you're going to see the potential for any of them to rotate. What you're going to look for is us, the First Alert Weather app. That's your number one thing right here, right now. You've got to download that. It's GPS oriented and it will alert you if you're in that polygon. Your weather radio, if you live in Hamilton, has gone off. Notice Hamilton, not in the warning. It's along 43, just outside of 22. Barnesville, not in the warning. Weston, not in the warning. Fulton Bridge, not in the warning. Hackleburg, we all know what happened in Hackleburg in 2011. You are, yes, in the tornado warning, but you have time. You have plenty of time to get into your safe place. Again, I know this is one of those days where it causes the stress, the anxiety. And let me tell you, we've all been there. It's terrible. It's tough. You've lost property. You've lost people that you loved. And again, if you can do your part to be the hero, I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to call your friends. Don't text them. Call them. And if they got do not disturb, call them again. You've got to wake your friends up. And that's the job that you can do today to help people and save lives as well. So as these tornadoes come through, they're going to cycle just like this one. Again, the big picture showing you it's leaving Mississippi now, and it is our importance, utmost importance here in Alabama. Marion County, it's now going to be clipping that northwest corner. Let's take velocity. I know it's a broad product, and velocity shows, again, how the wind is moving in motion with the storm. The greens, the reds, they mean nothing to you, but what I can tell you is at this point it looks fairly broad. There is really no center of circulation, but because this storm has this history of cycling from having a tight center of circulation to none, to tight to none, we again stress that it's important to keep this warning going. As long as the National Weather Service feels it deems too important, do you know if they are going to continue it? Have they said that they're going to cancel it at all?
Nope, not yet.
Okay, cool. Keeping it up to about 3:45. So it is now 3:08 on a Saturday morning. Meteorologist Meaghan Thomas, meteorologist Tonia Michelle, helping me run the radar here and keeping you up to date and obviously very safe. So let's go ahead. It's now crossed over. That center of circulation is crossed over into Mississippi. The National Weather Service at Tupelo probably going to be canceling, or Columbus going to be canceling the warning for Mississippi. It's now in Alabama. That main line, that circulation is now out of Mississippi and now into Alabama. So Lucas Road, it is on top of you right now. That inflow, not as necessarily strong, but that cloud, if you were to look up, the wind right now is howling. The hail core in this also pretty impressive, about almost 2 inch in diameter. That's about that big. That's huge. That's golf ball size, ping pong ball size. Keep that in mind. That can do a lot of damage. Winds upwards of 65 miles an hour also can do a lot of damage. This is moving to the north and to the east. Scottsville, right now, barely raining where you are. It's about to change in about 5 minutes. You need to be in your safe place. The tornado warning is continuing for the next 30 minutes. We are going to be here walking you through this every step of the way, holding your hand. If you can hear me, turn the TV all the way up and get into your basement. Get into the lowest level, most interior room of your home. If you hear if you hear your city being called, I need you to get in your safe place. Again, this is moving to the north and to the east at about 30 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. It's going to continue until 3:45. As it cycles back, we could get another tornado to drop from that same parent storm. Right now, it's very messy. It's a lot of heavy rain, and you're dealing with the strong gusty winds. Again, moving to the north and to the east, cities like Scottsville need to be in your safe place. Bexar, right now it's not raining. I think a lot of this is going to be moving just north of you. So you all, I know you're in the tornado warning. Please stay in your safe place until I give you the all clear. It's important that anybody in this polygon has their safe place ready to go, and you're in it right now with the helmet on, lowest level, most interior room, away from walls and windows. So if you live in the city of Scottsville, this is in northwest Marion County, you need to be in your safe place. This wall of water going to be moving in quickly. It'll dump a lot of rain in a short amount of time. We could be looking also at flash flooding today. There is a flood watch for northwest Alabama. Through the day today, we're looking at 2-3 inches, and you could get it in a short amount of time. So again, we've got a tornado watch in place right now, and then again the radar moving in with the flood watch all the way from Lamar to Fayette to Walker to Marion, Winston, Coleman, and even Blount counties. Again, that goes through today into tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. Let's take you back to the radar real quick and let's go analysis wise, hour by hour through this from what we've seen. So this system cycled back over through Mississippi. You can see that really tight kidney bean shape. And as it moved in, that right there, y'all, as it was crossing over the river, that, my friends, is what a tornado on reflectivity looks like. The correlation coefficient with that paired up, the velocity product paired up, meaning there was debris being detected. So what happens is the radar beam scans everything in the sky when we're looking at the correlation coefficient, and it'll pick up everything that's not water. So as it turns that dark blue color, you can pick out that it's picking up houses, grass, gravel, you name it, and it's being lofted in the air. And again, that's exactly how this played out as it moved over the river just outside of Fulton, Mississippi. They've had their fair share of tornadoes along with Smithville in Itawamba County. Look at that. I mean, that was impressive, that correlation coefficient when it tracked over 22 in Itawamba County. Now let's go back over to Marion County, put reflectivity on, and see how this is playing out. So it got very broad as it crossed the state line from about 3 o'clock to 3:05, crossed the state line, broadened out. Right now, it looks more like along the lines of just strong gusty winds and some very heavy rain. The time now is 3:13, almost about 10 seconds away, and there's a lot of hail with this. In addition to that, you're going to be dealing with strong gusty winds. So those two things coupled together, like we've been talking about, if you get issued a severe thunderstorm warning, you need to treat it like a tornado warning today, because not only are you going to get winds 50, 60 plus miles an hour, you're going to get the hail as well. And we don't need you being outside and, doing all that. You need to be indoors, take this stuff seriously. So again, the tornado warning right now, moving to the north and east, and it does look like, again, the tornado itself may be recycling back up and through Franklin County. This is in Atwood, so this is not in our neck of the woods, but that if you were to go back to the reflectivity, and I'll show you kind of the bigger picture. Look how messy it is. Just look how messy. And again, some of these cells are going to be recycling. You're going to get these little kinks in the line all day long. Remember, this is round one of round two. So please make sure that this morning your devices are charged and you are ready to go, that you have a plan in place. Call your friends, be that hero. So again, that looks like that circulation moved north of Scottsville and is now maybe recycling outside of Atwood. So big picture, if you're in Scottsville, you still need to be in your safe place. You need to have your phone turned all the way on loud, have a way to hear me walk you through this. Pig Eye, this sits in northern Marion County as well. This is also a part of the polygon. The main center of circulation, again, is very broad. We were looking at some sort of rotation just outside of Atwood. So watch it recycle. And so as this moves to the north and to the east, it does look like, yeah, there are going to be these spots where you're going to see some sort of circulation. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's where the tornado is located. It's that whole cell that, again, could recycle all morning long and regenerate itself. Let's go to the current radar again. This is 3:14. On a Saturday morning. We've got First Alert Meteorologist Meaghan Thomas alongside First Alert Meteorologist Tonia Michelle, and 2 tornado warning polygons in our state right now. The first one being Marion County until 3:45. The second one being in Franklin County until 3:45. It's all thanks to this one cell that's come up through portions of Mississippi in northeast Mississippi. I mean, wow, I can't get over that. Look at how that system just cycled up. This is again from about 2:45 this morning as it crossed over the river in northeast Mississippi. Moved over into Itawamba County. That is exactly why that tornado warning was issued. It did weaken as it crossed the state line. Time now 3:15, moving to the north and east. But we've got to keep our eyes on this cell that as it kinks up every now and then, you'll see these inflow notches that come in from the wind being pulled in and sucked in and rotating really tight. That's where you're going to get that center of circulation. The other thing is that's not working in our favor today is the cloud deck that's developed really low to the ground. So when we look at what we call soundings, or how the air balloons rise, and all the data that comes back into it, what you'll see is that the cloud deck is low. The condensation level is low. And when you have a low condensation level, and there's not much distance from the ground to that cloud deck, as the funnel cloud forms, it doesn't take much energy to get all the way down to the ground. If we had these elevated cloud decks, I wouldn't say that the tornado threat is that high. However, that is completely opposite. We've got these low cloud decks, and as these storms move through, it won't take much for that rotation. There's enough instability this morning. There's enough wind shear. So wind shear is how the air changes with height, and as it changes in speed in a vertical fashion. Those two things coupled together. When you think of instability, think of how crazy something is. It's unstable, it's crazy, right? So the more instability that you have, coupled with the wind shear, those two things coupled together, again, gives us the possibility of tornadoes today. And that's exactly how this is all shaping up. I want to take you back down through Columbus, Mississippi. This is right along Highway 82, and again, that system could be moving to the north and to the east, including places like southern Lamar and northern Pickens County. That's for Lowndes County, Mississippi. Oktibbeha County includes Starkville back to the west. They are doing just fine. So let's go back. Let's show you how this plays out. Let's go back up to the tornado warning, Tonia, and walk everyone through this. Again, at this hour, the tornado warning is for northern Marion County and southern Franklin County in Alabama, that northwest corner of Alabama. If you're in the city of Hamilton, you're fine, but you're now underneath a severe thunderstorm warning. So what the National Weather Service has done is they've said, okay, you know what? This system is strong enough to warn a severe thunderstorm warning, but there are no longer signs of rotation. And I would have to agree with that. Tonia does as well. The rotation is fairly broad. It may be a Franklin County issue here outside of Hodges. That's going to be that Marion and Franklin County line. So let's take you back.
Canceling the tornado warning in just a bit.
They do what now?
They just canceled the tornado warning. It hasn't showed up on here yet.
For Marion County?
For Marion County.
So that is good news. Okay, so let's go ahead, set the stage. So the tornado warning is now over with for Marion County. Now, everyone can take a deep breath. It is now over with, but the severe thunderstorm warning has continued. The severe thunderstorm warning will go for the next 40 minutes until 4 a.m. for Marion County. This system, again, has had the history of recycling. So we need to watch what's happening back out through Mississippi, because that same cell is going to be crossing over into the state line probably within the hour. So again, Keep it right here on WBRC. We're going to keep you updated all morning long. Let's go ahead and talk to our friends over in Hackleburg and in the eastern half of Marion County. So again, anyone in Haleyville, you're really on the Winston and Marion County line. That wall of water is headed your way from Hackleburg to Bryn, down to Piney Grove, White House, moving to the north and to the east. This has all got this northeasterly component. So Goddard, Bear Creek, you all need to just be aware that this is all going to be moving to the north and east fairly quickly. Within the next, I'd say 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes, you'll be dealing with some pretty gusty winds and some really heavy rain, hail, and of course, frequent lightning. The only tornado warning right now is in Franklin County, so we're not in the business of hearing ourselves talk. We will get you back to programming here in just 1 second. I do want to give you the big picture look, and we have one severe thunderstorm warning for Marion County until 4 a.m. We've got our eyes on the one in Lowndes County and Columbus that could cross over into Pickens and Lamar, and then we also have one severe thunderstorm warning back through Philadelphia, Mississippi. Let's show everyone, Tonia, one last time where the tornado watch is until 10 o'clock this morning, because that is going to be important. We had this tornado watch for West Alabama until 10 a.m. There's also a flood watch in place because we're expecting 2 to 3 inches of rain. So from Coleman to Walker to Tuscaloosa to Greene to Sumter County West, that includes Pickens, Lamar, Fayette, Winston, and Marion counties. Now keep in mind, this is a tornado watch. When you think of the word watch, think of the word possible. When you think of the word warning, think of the word happening right now. I teach every school that I go to those words. This again goes until 10 a.m. Let's go ahead and show you the big picture one more time with the reflectivity and where those severe thunderstorm warnings are, and then we'll get you back to programming. I know it's the middle of the night, so you may be watching your favorite show. Who knows? But right now, there's one severe thunderstorm warning for Marion County. Again, there was a tornado warning, and that is why we came on the air. We're going to be here each and every hour throughout the day today. We are going to hold your hand through this. We promise to not let you down. We are going to do our best to keep you informed and safe. But it's your job to let your friends and your family know. Be a hero today. We're going to help you out as best as we can, and now you can help us out. For our First Alert Weather team, I'm meteorologist Meaghan Thomas, and we've got Tonia Michelle, First Alert meteorologist as well. We'll keep you updated if anything else changes throughout the rest of the morning. We'll send you back to programming.
This has been a First Alert Weather Update from the First Alert Weather Team.